Welcome. The creative revolution starts now. Today, I want to extend an invitation to you to join me in the practice of inspiring. This practice can be revolutionary in your life as it has been in mine. Truly, this is the start of the creative revolution for you if you choose to accept my invitation. Before we delve more deeply into the nuts and bolts of the inspiring practice, let's review what we've learned so far. In episode 1, I introduced you to 5 major ideas. The first is that your creative power extends far beyond your conception of creativity. We've talked about how human creativity, as we understand it, is overly limited. In truth, our creative power is vast. Your life is your art, and you have the power to turn that life into a true masterpiece. What does that mean? It means that your life is inspiring to you and perhaps to others as well. Whatever life you choose to live, it might as well be an inspiring one that is filled with beauty, excitement, love, joy, bliss, ecstasy, and delight. Why not? This is your birthright as a human being. In my 35 years of exploring creativity, I have found that often the most inspiring art emerges from inspiring lives. This isn't always true. Some artists have miserable lives of poverty and illness, mental illness in particular, and addiction, etc. But when somebody is living their best and highest life, very often that culminates in great inspirational art and creativity. So let's begin there. Rather than focusing on how you can create a great work of art, an important scientific breakthrough, or revolutionary invention, let's focus in on the kind of life that leads to those types of creative breakthroughs. The second major idea is that your greatest creative power is hiding in plain sight. This is the power to make now great. Now is all that matters, because now is all that really exists. The past is a memory, and the future is a dream. Only now exists. All creating is now. And so to create something great, you have to create a great now. The most important thing you can create is an experience of the present moment, here and now, and from that experience emerges great art. The third major idea in this series is that each of us has access to a creative genius that is much greater than we may realize. I am calling that creative genius nature, which physicist David Bohm defines as undivided wholeness in flowing movement. Why should we care about the ideas of a physicist? How do they relate to our own creative power? The answer is that nature is the only creative genius of the universe. According to Bohm, the entire universe, all of creation, unfolds from undivided wholeness. Everything that has ever been or that ever will be emerges from that wholeness, including all of the greatest art, science, and innovation in human history. Do you get the significance of this? It means there's one creative genius, the genius of nature, living in you, living in me, living in all things. Because according to Bohm, the universe doesn't just unfold from the undivided wholeness of nature. That wholeness is enfolded into everything and everyone. The genius of nature lives in you. And the key is to embody that, is to tap into that. The fourth major idea is that we make our strongest and most intimate connection with creative genius during moments of creative inspiration. This is the central idea in my life's work. I have documented thousands of cases in which people have tapped into powerful creative genius in these moments of inspiration, illumination, realization, and epiphany. And there are certain regularities and commonalities in all of these experiences. They do not happen randomly. At the same time, I am not suggesting a push-button technology where if you do A, you're guaranteed that B is going to happen. What I'm saying to you is that if you can immerse yourself into powerful moments of here and now, some of which can be defined or described as creative inspiration, great art will come out of those experiences. Again, I want to remind you one of my favorite quotes from art teacher Robert Henri, who would tell his students, the object isn't to make art, it's to be in that wonderful state which makes art inevitable. So the question is, how do we put ourselves in that state? Or maybe we don't have to put ourselves in that state at all. Perhaps we are already there and don't even know it. This leads to our fifth and final major idea, which is that we can tap into creative inspiration through the practice of inspiring. What do we know about that practice? So far, we have said that inspiring is the practice of embodying nature. Remember, nature is undivided wholeness in flowing movement. This means that if you want to embody nature, you have to embody undivided wholeness, and you also have to embody the flowing movement. Much of what we have examined and explored up to now has to do with your ability to embody the flowing movement. We have talked about love play, which is how nature creates. And this is the flow and sharing of essence that happens all around us and within us at all times. It is the exchange that happens between lover and beloved, between parent and child, between two friends, teacher and student, and most certainly the artist and the art lover. When you practice inspiring, you become the lover, and your art, whatever it may be, becomes your love play. We have seen already that the kinds of love play that results in great art is two-way love play, where the artist takes in essence fully and gives it away freely. That is two-way love play. The second part of the inspiring practice that takes us much deeper into the extent of our own creative power has to do with our ability to embody or experience undivided wholeness. This is where we're going next. So please stay tuned, and thanks for listening.